Animalistic information. I appreciate that. I'm going to go Dolphins by 2.
What?
Animalistic.
Hold on. Whoa. What is your thinking here? It's Rams by 10. This is baptism by fire. They're throwing Tua in there. You also got Sue, who's going to get back on track for the sack record. He'll have 3 sacks this game. Tua's not going to be able to set protection. Aaron Donald, I'm sorry. Aaron Donald's going to get back on track. This is going to be bad for Tua. So, Rams by 10, Nick. Can't believe you picked the Dolphins.
No, yeah, but just for one quick note, Sue is going to come down from it's Bucks Giants, and it's on Monday, so he's going to come down and get a few sacks on Tua just to get warmed up before that Giants game. They're allowing him to do that because they're not taking the Giants very seriously. Rams by 7.
All right, I like it. Well, make sure you get your picks in before kickoff on Sunday for your chance to win $1 million of Terry Bradshaw's money. For much more information, head to the Fox Sports app. All right, time now for a little thing we like to call 4 Things First. Brandon, you're up first. You love Tom Brady winning NFC Offensive Player of the Month.
Jen, I can't imagine being Tom Brady. I mean, just think about it. All the hate that he deals with every single day. You know, he's one of the best at his sport. He's one of the greatest athletes ever. And now you have this guy at 43. And a lot of people, even on our network, talk about he has a noodle arm. He can't do it anymore. And all of a sudden, you know, we fast forward 7 weeks, and he's playing some of the best football ever. Maybe even the best football at the quarterback position now. What do we have? What's the result? NFC Offensive Player of the Month. Hats off to Tom Brady dealing with the things that is on the field, the guys that's throwing pressure at him, and also these haters.
Okay, Brandon, I have several ideas for you for your fledgling brand, House of Athlete. The first is a pasta called Noodle Arm. We can talk about that later. The second is a special thing called No Way. That we had another stiff arm last night, and I think you need to help some of these defensive players. So here's what it is. A little bit of whey protein, a little bit of avocado oil, a little bit of aloe vera. What you do, you smother it all over your jersey, so next time you get stiff-armed, boom, slides right off. And I know you're thinking, wow, you can't put a lubricant all over your jersey. That's against the rules. That's why you got the whey protein in there. You accidentally spill it on yourself.
Oh. All right, so yesterday, I took takes where takes had never been taken before, and I spit the cold, hard truth about Bo Jackson. All-time iconic athlete, slightly overrated football player. The responses to that were, well, let's call them mixed. My friend Bomani Jones cursed at me. My friend Sam Mellinger cursed at me. Doug Gottlieb questioned if I knew who Marcus Allen was. My former co-host in Houston, John Lopez, disowned me. The great columnist Michael Lee said the take melts the sun. But look in that bottom right corner. Wesley Robinson said, Nick, you're an inspiration. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who's Wesley Robinson? My answer? I have no idea. But he has a blue check mark, and he called me an inspiration, signed off on my boat take. Thank you, Wesley.
Probably Nick's brother. I think that's Nick's brother. Hey, guys, you know, I've been down on Dez. I wasn't sure if he would be able to really make an NFL comeback. And then I saw this video yesterday. It's Dez Bryant on a crowded field with a defender, you know, closing in about 50 yards away, making what has to be easily a 2-yard, maybe just a curl route, catching the ball with one hand. And I was like, maybe we've been sleeping on Dez Bryant. Dez is going to be the boost that Lamar needs this weekend when he takes the field. X Factor. Dez Bryant. No, she's not, Nick. She's trying to be funny. Let us move on now. The Patriots heading to Buffalo on Sunday. It was a nice catch by Dez Bryant. Can't believe I'm saying this, but a loss, and the Patriots, winners of basically everything the last 20 years, would fall to 2-5. Pats need a big game out of Cam Newton. He's got 0 touchdowns and 5 picks in his last 2 starts. And now he's going to be without Hall of Famer Julian Edelman, sidelined after having a knee procedure. So here's Cam Newton on what's on the line on Sunday.
Losing is not acceptable in this locker room, in this county, in this state, in this area, in this region. So Cameron Newton, you need to pick your expletive up. That's what I've learned.
All right, Brandon, I got to ask, is Cam Newton playing for his job on Sunday?
Well, you heard him. Yes, absolutely, especially when you look at last week being benched. Now, the alternative is what? You know, it's not great. But I just think that the Patriots are in a position where if they lose this game, they could blow this thing up. They don't do anything well. He also had some interesting quotes yesterday where he talked about this not being on Josh McDaniels, this not being on Jad Fish. Yesterday I talked about, you know, man, there's something sloppy about this team. Protection. You never see free runners running at the quarterback. We haven't seen that in 15 years. And Cam yesterday talked about, this is on me. I got to start with first IDing who the mic is. You always see the quarterbacks, the Peyton Mannings, the Tom Brady's of the world, even Cam, before they even hike the ball. 55's the mic, 55's the mic. I don't know if he's doing that correctly right now, going off of what I'm seeing on film and also from his comments. You're seeing these free runners. You never see that. Before you can drop back and make a good throw and before we can even discuss the picks or touchdowns, we got to first make sure our guys are set first. Make sure he's +2. Make sure the motion is coming. Make sure the protection is set. And then you get into playing the game. But there's too much thinking going on. And this highlights, Nick, why, you know, guys like Tom Brady going to Tampa and doing what he's doing right now is so special. Because that process takes a while. I talked to Mike Vick, and Vick said it takes a year before you can master an offense. So you're seeing Cam Newton being in his head. And before we can even discuss can he get back on track, he first has to get this offense down, Nick.
Well, so a few things. First of all, Cam's press conferences are usually great, but he gave every geographical designation there, and he didn't say Commonwealth, and he plays Massachusetts as Commonwealth. So A, bad job by Cam there geographically. B, this is a fork in the road moment for the Patriots, but not for Cam. Cam's going to be the starter next week against the Jets, no matter what. You know why? Because what are the other options? There aren't any. It's Brian Hoyer or it's Stidham. The last time those two guys were prominently involved in a game, Kevin Wildes petitioned the NFL for that game not to count. For a loss for his team or a win for my team, the quarterback play was so bad. He's basically called that game a win because they only lost by 16, given how bad the quarterback play was. Cam is going to be the quarterback for this team until they are mathematically eliminated. But Wildes, I have good news for Cam Newton, and I have good news for the Patriots. And the good news is one name, it is 2 words. That good news is Josh Allen. Because that's who you've got this weekend, and that's a great way to get back on track. Josh Allen, everyone's trendy MVP pick. I'm not naming names, Brandon Marshall, through a first month of the season. Since then, he's got 4 touchdowns. His team has 4 total touchdowns. He has 3 interceptions, and he looks a hell of a lot like he did in Wyoming when he couldn't even be first or second team all-conference. And so the Bills are struggling. The Patriots know the Bills are the team they have to get through in this division this year, and they beat them twice last year in very close, hard-fought games. And the Patriots also know they have the Jets coming up next. Meanwhile, the Bills have the Seahawks coming up next. So in my mind, there's a great opportunity for the Patriots to kind of erase how bad the last month has been with a good game against Buffalo. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see this week in Wildes. I think the Patriots win.
Yeah, I'll give you one name, 2 words. Mother Nature is going to be a brutal day in Buffalo. Super rainy with like 45 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. So here's why I think that's good. Cam is in there, like you said, just thinking too much, looking around too much. I just want him to react. And if we don't have these huge plays because Mother Nature is blowing the ball all over the place, boom, let's just hand the ball off to Rex Burkhead, James White. Let's just get some yardage. No one's talking about it, Brandon. You said we don't do anything well. It's because really we have bad PR. Nothing. We're the 4th best rushing team in the league. We run more per game than the Titans, but it's just we haven't done it recently. It's went from 250, 185, 117, then 94. That's what I'm saying. I know, but we still run the ball. We just kind of got away from it. So now that it's going to be pouring rain, Let's just hand the ball off. Just do simple stuff. And this is what we need to get Cam back on track. That's a good point. I'm glad we're not in a dome and Cam is supposed to sling it all around. I think let's just restart slow and just hand the ball off. Let's get some yards to get out of Buffalo with a win, Brandon.
And that's the biggest, and yes, I mean, that's a valid point, because their weakness and their greatest opportunity this week is against that defensive line. That defensive line is banged up. They got guys sitting on the bench, healthy scratches. This is the biggest opportunity. If they can get back to the run, it could possibly open back up that play action pass that they did so well week 1, week 2 of this season.
All right, well, earlier this week, remember we discussed the possibility of the Patriots trading Defensive Player of the Year, Stephon Gilmore. Now there's a report that says New England is actually open to trade talks on almost anyone before Tuesday's deadline. So, Brandon, should the Patriots just, I mean, for lack of a better term, clean house if they lose to the Bills Sunday and fall to 2-5?
Yeah,